why does the weekend have to be so short?
Why? Why?
What's going on, you guys? TBR here, back yet again with another King of Fighters All-Star video. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Ramlethal and why, in my opinion, she is so important for new players. But before we get into all of that and more, make sure if you guys have not already done so that you smash that like button and subscribe if you enjoy daily King of Fighters All-Star content. And let's go ahead and get into the video. So like I mentioned in today's video, we are going to be talking about the reasons why I believe that Ramlethal is so important if you are a new player just getting into the game, and why I fear that a lot of people may overlook her in light of some of these stronger SS characters. But with all of that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at Ramlethal. Alright, you guys, so before we go ahead and get into the footage using Ramlethal, I wanted to go ahead and make a case for why I think that this character is just so important if you're a new player. Because I know that a lot of people out there are going to be taking a look at the SS characters in this collaboration, and for good reason. Of course, Biken and Dizzy, we've already seen plenty of footage on these characters and seen just how powerful they can be. But of course, they are going to be SS characters, meaning that they are going to be some of the hardest characters in the game to max out, whereas Ramlethal does not suffer from that issue. So Ramlethal is not going to be an SS or a BS character. Instead, she is going to be a normal AS character, which of course means that she is going to be extremely easy to build up. All you need to do is get one copy initially, and then you can use dimensional invites in order to build her. And they even give us a rush dungeon memory right now in the exchange shop for Ramlethal that you can go ahead and pick up for the coins if you're grinding that thing like you should be. However, my advice to you guys remains the same with that memory. If you wanted to use that for the exchange to get yourself an SS generic memory, that would probably be the better utilization of that. But at the end of the day, it's up to you on what you want to do with it, and it really comes down to your priorities. But that is what I would do with that, but I digress. Now, when it comes to Ramlethal, there's a couple of reasons why I think that she is going to be one of the most important characters in this collaboration for new players, and I'm going to go ahead and outline those here. So the first big thing, as a lot of people have already mentioned, whether it be on YouTube or Discord, Reddit, so on and so forth, a lot of new players could get into the game right now, and with the right investment and the right pulls, they could be able to potentially unlock all of the immortals in the game, meaning that you could basically make a team of nothing but Guilty Gear fighters, and thanks to the fact that they all have that amazingly long 3PG finisher that they're going to have respectively, they're going to be able to stop the clock as quickly as you would need in order to clear any and all of the immortals, and that is going to be very true. But of course, that's going to require the right investment and the right build, and in order to achieve the right build, you are probably going to need Ramlethal. So with Ramlethal, the reason for that is going to be because she is going to have the leadership ability that increases Guilty Gear fighters' attack by 45% and their power charge rate by 20%. This basically means that she is going to give your team the get up and go that they need in order to properly stop the clock against immortals, which is going to be the #1 priority typically, unless you have a bunch of just SS and BS characters maxed out that are going to be able to go in and just zerg through there and just beat it with pure power. But when you're new, that probably is not going to be an option. So if you're wanting to be able to exploit your Guilty Gear fighters to the fullest extent in those modes, then you're definitely going to want a copy of Ramlethal, because Ramlethal is going to allow your team to get up and go, like I mentioned. So that is one reason why Ramlethal, in my opinion, is going to be one that you definitely don't want to sleep on if you're a new player. But there's another major reason that I want to talk about here, and that of course is going to be her mixed dot coverage and how it applies to Guild Raid, more specifically Guild Raid Omega Rugal. So for those of you who are not aware, this character is going to have excellent mixed dot coverage. She is not only going to boast darkness damage on her kit, but she's also going to boast starlight damage. So this is an excellent mix of dots for this character, and like I've already mentioned, specifically against Omega Rugal in Guild Raid, this means that this character, and I will show you guys footage as proof that she can achieve this with the right investment, but this character can easily easily break 1 billion damage in both expert and lunatic difficulty all by herself because she has these excellent mixed dots. However, you are going to need to be a little bit quick on your thumbs because this character does also boast explosion for both of these dots, which means that basically you are going to have to switch up your skill rotations depending on which version of Guild Raid Omega Rugal you're facing down. But that is something that you can kind of learn on the fly and learn as you go. But the first thing that you need to do is make sure that you pick her up in the first place. Otherwise, this is all a moot point. So in general, if you're a new player, this basically means that you could get into a guild and potentially be able to start earning your R stones just that much quicker in those guild raid modes whenever you bring this character with you during a week where we have Omega Rugal. And that is going to be so important if you're a new player. That is going to give you a major edge just starting in the game. And even if you can't achieve a full 1 key right off the bat with this character, you can still end up being able to 2 key things potentially like Lunatic using just her. And this is something that, while it isn't necessarily for a lot of veterans out there going to sound that impressive, and when you see the damage numbers and she is going to be doing, you know, a half or a third of what Dizzy can achieve in some of these different modes, do keep in mind that we're spoiled with these limited banner characters, whereas this character here, while she is technically limited, she is not going to be limited in the capacity that she is going to be an SS or a BS character, which is going to make her very valuable and very interesting in this game, because never before have we had a non-BS or SS character be able to output the amount of damage she can output and also be as versatile as she is. So I would definitely make the case and be of the opinion that Ramlethal, while she is not going to be the strongest character by any stretch of the imagination from this collaboration, she is definitely going to be one of the most important if you're just joining the game. So definitely give Ramlethal a thought when you go to pull on these banners. If you're going for Dizzy, which is probably going to be one of the most popular of all these characters to pull for, and you end up pulling Ramlethal, do not sleep on this character, because you are getting a character potentially as a new player that is going to unlock so much content for you that you are going to be very impressed with the performance. But with all that being said, you guys, I just wanted to say my thoughts on this character on video and kind of give you an update on where I'm at with her, because I am very thoroughly impressed with her performance as a non-BS or SS character. And I think a lot of people out there, like I mentioned, are probably going to sleep on her because of some of these other SS characters being so impressive on damage output. But at the end of the day, whenever you're new, this character is going to offer you a ton of value, and I hope that you're able to see that with some of the footage in this video. But with all of that being said, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and get to the showcase for Ramlethal. I'm going to show you guys some different footage from not only Immortals, but also in Guild Raid against Expert Difficulty Omega Rugal and Lunatic. So I'm going to get out of here and let you guys enjoy that. But until the next one, smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace.
opinion.